All right, let's show them what we got here. We got that Reymondos.
Oh yeah.
That's that extra hot.
I'll take one of those.
We're gonna have Dave test the pizza too because he got himself a slice.
Look at that.
On the pit, dude. What is that, like an automatic there?
I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah,
on the
I was
pit,
saying because
yeah.
you just said barbecue. Like they know what they're doing, man.
This the Buffalo experience. I know that you be hearing this. If you never heard of it, you must be delirious. Tapping if you're serious, we working if you're curious. Experience in Buffalo. Sit down and enjoy the show. Let's go. This the Buffalo experience.
Let's go. Buffalo.
Yeah, I know that you be hearing this. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Buffalo.
This the Buffalo experience.
Let's go. Buffalo.
Yeah, I know that you be hearing this.
All right. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
All right, this is a Buffalo Experience podcast. I'm rolling with Big Dave.
I'm Motiques.
And it's case closed. Ain't no
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
a special guest here. You know, we excited for this one, man. And one thing I want to say is we trying out our favorite pizzeria right now.
Yes, sir.
At least me and him. She's never had it, but it's Reymondos Pizzeria.
Yep,
If you
shout
know,
out.
you know.
Shout out Reymondos
Shout out
Pizzeria
Reymondos.
on the east side of Buffalo. It's a little spot. You drive right past, you probably wouldn't even see it.
For real.
But got great food. I used to live literally right across the street from it, so
Mhm.
I used to go there every day.
Yep.
Get the little slice. They got they've been doing this for like years. You go there, it's like $3,
Mm-hmm.
and they got like a big slice, like half of a regular pizza for like
Yeah, I
$3.
seen it. It's a pretty big
Mhm.
slice. I'm like, damn.
Like you
Yeah.
can't
They
go
helped me with
wrong.
that
That's like
shit.
the
Yeah.
great hood spot. Like you go there for $3, you got fucking, you know what I mean?
Bomb pizza, bro.
Right.
And their blue cheese is so well. You, I can't even talk blue cheese with this dude, man.
Nah.
For real, he doesn't
Yeah.
like blue cheese, so
That's
I love
crazy.
their blue cheese, man. Like it's just one of them good blue cheeses, but he doesn't even touch it.
Nope, can't stand it.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
it's all good though, you know. But it's actually funny because when me and you were hanging out, like when around the time we first met, it was probably a couple years in. That's the only reason I know of the place because we meet up at your crib across the street, and you're like, "Yo, you want to get a slice?"
Yep.
Like, yeah, why not? You know, let's get a slice. You never know what to expect. I did not expect it to be that good. So it came to the point where every time I went to you to hang out, we were getting slices every
Yep.
time, bro.
Yep.
Because like you said, you get like 2 slices for like $6, and then you get the carrots and the blue cheese.
You can't beat that. You
Mm.
can't
That's what
beat
I'm
that.
saying.
2 slices for $6? Come on.
That's
It
what I'm
used to be
saying,
even
bro.
cheaper. It was like $2.50 for a big slice back in the day when other places you get like a regular size slice, which would be like half of that for like $5.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also
Like-
based too on like, you know, the quality of it. You know, you got good pizza. And so
Yeah.
if you got really good quality pizza, you should charge that. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
But
that's a
some
fact.
people be having some whack ass pizza, man, and they charging fucking nickels and dimes and
That's what I'm
quarters.
saying.
Like, this
I've
shit is
gone to
crazy.
places where it's like almost $7 for a fucking
Yeah.
slice. I'm like, you're out of your mind
Yeah.
Little ass corner
for
pizza.
that.
Nah,
Like,
not
Expect.
happening.
I don't want to like call any places out, but like I know a couple places that I've worked at that are like charging this crazy price. I'm like, I would never I wouldn't buy it.
bro, what's wrong with
2
you?
slices and a pop, $12. I'm like, okay, how much is the large pizza then?
Right.
$39.99. Like, what are you talking
Crazy.
about here, bro?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So,
So I guess that kind of leads us into like the first question. This is only question before we get into what we got in front of us. So obviously we're talking about wings. Case, I gotta ask you, what's your favorite kind of wing? Favorite place to get wings? Your favorite sauce? Like, what do you normally get when you order them? Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I don't discriminate. So I like drums, flats. It don't
Yeah.
matter to me. I was just saying, like, chicken is chicken. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I don't care. I'm gonna eat it to the bone. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, for sure. No, I feel you.
I don't really
I'm-
care about the flavor either. You know what I mean?
Really?
I don't care. Hot, barbecue, mild. It don't matter. I don't care. You know, that's
I'm the
my
same
shit,
way.
man.
I'm the same way, for
Yeah,
real.
for sure. So do you
Chicken is
like
chicken.
chicken? Like, is that something you like order a lot, or like you don't like? You know what I mean? Is that like one of your go-tos? Like a lot of people in Buffalo, like, like like let's say the Bills are playing or something, and you're chilling, you're watching a game or whatever. Are you ordering wings or are you ordering pizza? Or like
I'm not ordering rings. I'm ordering chicken tenders. Some
Hey,
chicken
there you go.
fingers.
Oh,
I mean, same
okay.
shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
ordering some
It's
chicken
different.
wings.
Yeah,
some
It's
chicken
different, bro.
tenders. Yeah.
It's different because that meat is tender in the middle and it's super crispy on the outside.
Yeah.
It's different. It's different.
It's
Oh, for
different.
sure.
Like if I go to a restaurant, bro, it can be a million things on the menu, but I'm gonna always get chicken fingers. Chicken fingers and fries. Chicken tenders
Honestly,
and fries.
can I tell you something?
I don't really care.
Can I tell you something? I'm the same way. I love, don't get me wrong, I love buffalo wings, love like hot sauce and all that shit, but like at the end of the day, when I'm just going there, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just get something quick that I like. I know I'm gonna order chicken fingers.
Yeah.
That's
That's
just-
that's the go-to. That's
Cause you
that's the
can't
go-to,
go, you
know?
can't go wrong. You know what I mean?
Hell
Mhm.
yeah.
You can't go wrong.
Especially if it's a place that's like known for their fingers and it's like the best finger. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't like Tully's because it's kind of like a chain, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
I do like their fingers because it's just different, you know? Or like remember Jack Astor's when they were open?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's so crazy
Man.
because I never actually been there. I never been to
Really?
Jack Astor's or Tully's. I never been to either one of those.
Yeah, Jack Astor's. I'm surprised you never been there because like, you know, it was like the popping spot in the mall.
I
But-
only went to Jack Astor's like one time, but Tully's was like my ex's favorite spot. So like we
Tully's
used to
is,
go there all the
I
time.
heard Tully's
Mhm.
was that spot, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, you know, it's
Well,
like,
because they
it's
got
kind of
like
cheap,
their,
you know?
they got like their own like breading on it or something. They do it different. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Everybody, a lot of different places will all like kind of serve you the same shit, but like that's why Tully's is different. 'Cause
Yep.
They don't, you know.
they got
Mhm.
their own shit
Yeah.
going on.
Yep. A lot of pizzerias, they'll have, everyone will just have the same fingers. Like it's that same box that you get from Restaurant Depot. They're good.
Yeah.
We all love it.
Right.
But when you go to a spot that like they hand bread it and they make their own breading and they're using like chicken breast and it's super like tender in the middle because it's that fresh chicken breast.
Yeah.
Like there's something different about that, you know?
Usually I'm like 90% of the time I make it at home, honestly, because like I'll take like a chicken breast, cut it up into like slices, and then soak it in hot sauce.
Mm.
Usually like Frank's or something like that. Nothing like crazy hot. Soak it in hot sauce, and then I'll put it into like some flour with like a bunch of seasonings, like.
Man,
garlic-
y'all got me
garlic
hungry
powder.
right now. I ain't gonna lie.
Listen, I chef up the chicken fingers. So like
I'm ready,
I'll put it
man.
in there. I'll put like curry powder in there, turmeric, like garlic powder, like all types of shit.
Oh, we got
Okay,
a
so
special.
you do
we got
yeah,
another.
your
yeah.
shit, man.
Yeah.
You do your shit. That's what's up.
And
We
then I
got
throw it in the
another
air
special
fryer and it
guest.
comes out like you can't go wrong. You
That's
know
what's
what I'm
up.
saying? Yeah. So
Fire.
that's
Hell
like
yeah.
my go-to, but
You ever made like dinners and stuff? Like, have you ever sold your food or anything like that?
I've never actually sold it. No.
Why not?
I don't know. I should.
Like,
I've actually. So you know
you talk
what's
about
funny?
cutting
He's
it
more
and
worried about-
slicing it and
I've
soaking
actually
it.
had
Like,
people-
damn, hold
I've had
on.
people tell me I should.
Yeah.
Like usually like if I bring like a girl over to my house, like I'm gonna make some food for you, and 9 times out of 10 I get, damn, you can actually cook. I'm like,
That's how you get them. That's the way to get them.
my thing is like,
Keep 'em.
my mom is a cook. She's been a cook for like 30 years. It's going on probably like 40 years now. She was a cook in the Navy. My dad went to like culinary school, so like both of my parents like know how to cook
Mm.
and like taught me super young. And then one of my first jobs was Texas de Brazil. So like
Mhm.
I used to make like their lobster bisque and like all their like good food, like the fried plantains. Like,
Ooh.
listen, I can throw
Oh,
down.
bruh.
I can throw down in the kitchen.
Don't even get me started with them plantains, bro.
Oh
Like,
my god.
I'll be eating all this meat, you know what I mean? Like a little slice of this, a little slice of that, and I'm always wondering where the plantains are at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For real, because like, oh my god, bro,
Bro,
that
those
shit
fried,
is so
listen,
good.
I could tell you the exact recipe for the fried plantain if you want to know it.
Tell it.
Super easy, okay? You get you some oil. You got it because you got to deep
oil.
fry it.
Some awe.
Some oil. Throw some oil in the pot. No, you got to get some oil. You know, whatever you want to use, whatever. Right? You get plantains. Chop them in half. Peel it. You throw them in there until they start to get like a little like soft. You pull them out and you got to let like the oil drain off, and then you throw it into a mix of. It'll be half sugar, And then the other half is cinnamon and confectioner sugar. Half and half of each. So you got like quarter of it's cinnamon, the other quarter is confectioner sugar, the rest of it's regular sugar.
Fire.
Mix it up, throw it in there, toss it, and then throw it on a pot or a plate or whatever.
So good, bro.
It's so simple too.
Yeah,
That's the thing. Is like it's probably the easiest thing you can make.
Yeah. You just don't think to make that shit
You
at
need
home.
sugar, cinnamon,
you know?
and plantains. Like
Yeah. Because plantains
I'm taking mental notes right now because I'm not a cook. I don't cook like
I'm telling
that.
you,
But
if you make
I've been
it,
getting into it.
if you make it, let me know. You know,
for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
that's one of my favorite things. Because like, you know, they probably didn't want to hear this, but like, when I was there, maybe half of them was making it to the plate.
What you mean?
Like when I'm sitting there cooking it, like I was, you know, in the back, like making like hundreds of orders of them. You know, pull like 15 of them out, like. You know,
type ish.
I'd be sneaking a couple. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
I'd be eating there all day.
What?
So
That's why I stopped working at restaurants too. Because what? I used to work at McDonald's, have a freaking pocket full of chicken nuggets and fries and shit. They're like, "What did you eat?"
Yeah,
Yo, mind your business,
I mean,
man.
I feel like that's kind of like you kind of got to do. That's like one of the perks of the job, really.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm working construction, I did construction for a long ass time. Like, yeah, of course, I'm gonna, you know what I mean? If I could borrow tools from the boss and go home and fix some shit, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
You know what I mean? So that's I would just look at it as like one of the perks of the job, really.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
They kill me with the discounts.
If you
and
got
stuff.
a
Nah.
listen, if you got a
It's
big
free.
back, you better work in a kitchen.
Okay. What?
Especially a place like that where they got all that meat. That's like meat that you don't just be eating regularly.
Oh,
unless
no.
you work
I'm
there.
gonna
No.
eat.
Like
I'ma eat
some
for
of
free.
that shit, bro. Oh my god, the bacon wrapped sirloin, bro. I just can't even like.
That's all.
I can't even like handle it, bro. How good it is.
Yeah, they
Because
were.
it's so, and their meat so salty. Like they put a lot of like salt
And that's the
on
thing is they didn't really like. They just use good ingredients. They don't really throw a whole lot on it.
it. Mm-hmm.
Anything
not-
wrapped in
nothing-
bacon?
Yeah, right.
Bro.
man.
Yes. And they cook that shit to perfection. Like they just torch the outside of it and leave it nice and like pink in the middle and shit.
They had literally for that place, like they had no lie, at least like 200 pounds of hickory wood just sitting in the back at any given time. Because that's all they use.
Oh,
to
so
cook
that's
the
what
meat.
gives it
They
that
don't-
flavor.
They don't use propane or nothing like that. They have like an indoor charcoal pit.
So how you like your meat cooked? Like what is it? Rare, well
No,
done?
I like it. I
Yeah,
like
for
it
steak.
like medium rare. I would say. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, I like some pink, but I don't like when you bite into it and it's cold.
Or it's like
Oh,
you're
yeah.
chewing it for years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you feel like you're eating like that ass like flesh.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that, but I do like some pink, but I like it to be warm though.
Yeah.
I don't
Like
like when my
not-
meat's cold in the middle because some
Yeah.
people will eat it rare and it's still cold almost.
Yeah.
You're
And that's
That's
weird.
like,
and there's blood on the plate and
you're,
shit.
you're a fucking
Yeah.
vampire. Like you're
Yeah,
a fucking carnivore.
yeah, like
Yeah,
when
I can't do
you
that.
slurping the fucking blood off the plate after and
can't do
shit.
that. It's gotta
Dipping
be-
your bread in the blood. You know?
Like, yeah, this motherfucker
Right.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
okay.
for real.
My somebody in my I can't remember who, you know, I remember having this conversation with my mom long ass time ago, and I was like, "That's disgusting. I'm not eating steak like that." And I was like, "There's still blood on it."
Yeah.
She's like, "It's not blood. It's hemoglobin or whatever."
Yeah.
or I don't remember what the hell she said it was.
Yeah, because obviously the blood's taken out, but
I think for me, like, gotta be a solid like pink in the inside. Can't be a deep red. Like pink. I like
Yeah,
it
no
pink.
red.
yeah.
You
a
know what I
little
mean?
bit of pink. Like
That perfect medium rare. You know what I mean? It's not undercooked, but it's not too cooked to where it's like fucking
Dry.
chewing leather and shit. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
So-
for sure.
love that.
What about you? You eat your shit like medium rare?
Yeah, I eat my shit where it's like a little bit of pink in there, but not like crazy. To where it's like still juicy, you know what I'm saying? And it's
Mhm.
not
You like medium well, like pink,
medium well. Yeah.
like when the pink's like just starting to go.
Yeah, just starting to leave. And it's not, like I said, the juice, the flavor is still there. It's not tough. Like I'm not eating it for fucking 6 days.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I'm able to like
You're laying
enjoy
in your,
it. You
laying
know?
in your bed later, Tom.
Oh,
Damn, this shit's still going.
pulling the tendons out your teeth and shit. Like,
Y'all are
damn,
sick.
you gotta cook that shit, man.
Man.
All right,
Hold on.
so
But yeah, we gotta try.
All right, this shit's
So-
sitting here. I'm just
Yeah.
eyeing it the whole
Alright,
time.
alright.
Like,
And it
just
smells
gotta-
delicious, dude.
I just gotta say this. So, one of our we'll call him an eagle-eye viewer actually pointed out to us. You know, in the first video we talked about doing like chicken wings or whatever for our videos, and admittedly, you know, getting everything going and all that, we kind of slacked on it. But today, we got it. We got the wings from Reymondos. We got a piece of extra hot and a piece of barbecue for each of us.
And that shit is automatically on the pit.
We're gonna try
Like
them out.
they don't even ask you if you want it on the pit. They
No, that's the way
they know,
that's the way it should be.
and that's how it should be.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know that's the way you like it, because
Oh,
I know
yeah.
when you went to Lenovo, you had to, for the introduction video, he had to ask for those on the pit.
Oh yeah.
He didn't.
got it.
I was there. He didn't ask for it on the pit, and them bitches came from the pit,
what you mean on the pit? What does that
like
mean?
how
So-
it's charred like that, the
Oh, okay.
barbecue.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of places when you tell them like on the pit, they'll like deep fry it, and then when it's just about done, they'll pull it out, let it drain, and then throw it onto like a fucking grill, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
And let it
Or let
like,
the flame
let the
cook that
barbecue
shit.
sauce caramelize and all that.
My God, bro.
Yeah.
It's the
That's
extra
how
right
like
Yeah.
Santora's and like Picasso's and stuff is, because I used to work at Santora's. I love it there. That's how they do it. Like, you have to ask for it though. So like if you order barbecue wings, they just toss it and put it in the box. I
Yeah.
don't really like barbecue like that, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, why not just get that nice? You're
that's-
bringing out the flavor. I feel like.
That's why I like doing it, because it like the flavor gets a little bit better, and like a lot of places when they just toss it, like I don't want all this sauce on it. You know what I mean? I want it to be covered, but I'm
Yeah,
not trying to
'cause
like
This joint, like
have
the
a
sauce,
whole
kind of like
handful of
It-
sauce.
it's
when I'm
it's
ingrained
soak
eating
in
it,
there.
you
It's
know?
soak in, but the
Yeah.
barbecue don't soak in.
Right.
And so the
So-
barbecue's just sitting on the wing on the outside of it.
Right.
Where this shit, like, that's clean.
So
like,
that's the
it's
thing
cold
is
now,
you got
too,
a
though.
sauce on there, but it's still crispy.
yeah, we should probably
You know
try
what I
these
mean?
wings though, bro,
Yeah.
because
Sure.
I think me and her are about to go crazy if we
Alright.
don't. I'm telling you.
All right,
So,
let's
So,
we're gonna
yeah.
try the hot first.
Yeah, we should all just try the hot maybe first.
And this is from Reymondos, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
From
Yep.
Reymondos. Shout out to
and,
Reymondos.
and you know, if you like it, like you know the spot now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Get that blue cheese on there.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm like waiting.
Okay, this interview over. This podcast over.
I'm waiting because it's like extra hot. I guess I got some heat.
Oh, this is extra hot?
Yeah,
This
this,
is
is
supposed
extra
to be
hot.
extra hot, yeah.
So I'm not getting super hot though.
Okay, let me not
Like
put
you tell me extra hot, I'm thinking I'm gonna be sweating after one bite.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
really
hot
ain't
though.
that hot.
Yeah.
Well, don't put no blue cheese on it.
All right.
Because I put blue cheese on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's still no difference, really, but to me. On a scale of 1 to 10 of hotness.
Of hotness, that's like maybe a 5, maybe 4.
Yeah, I'm going to say 4.
I mean, me personally, I'm kind of biased. Like I like really hot stuff.
So do I.
And I eat really hot stuff regularly, so that's like
You know what I just realized?
I wouldn't even call that
We ain't
hot,
got no
honestly.
napkins.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Let me grab the napkins.
We will be right back. Oh yeah. Those are good.
So they're delicious wings. So we're not rating the quality of the food yet, but we were gonna rate the hot. You said about a 5. I'll say my acid reflux probably about at 5 right now. So when it's
yeah.
real hot, my shit be
I always
coming
forget
up.
you got yeah.
you know what I'm
gotta-
saying? Like it'd be activating it. So I would have to go to a 5 because I feel like it's like halfway as hot as what I think extremely hot should be.
Yeah.
Like I've had the suicidal wings from Duff's, and like you're drinking milk and shit to like calm down a little bit, you know. So, to me, it just reminded me of regular hot,
Yeah,
you know,
honestly,
like a regular
like,
hot wing.
I'm kind of biased as like if you if it don't feel
You
like
could
I
damn near
got
throw that
punched,
on the ground. The
Right
napkins
now,
can go right on
I'm
the ground.
comparing it to Red Hot's hot sauce, and personally, I think it's a little less hotter than that. Me
Yeah.
personally, I think
Yeah,
it's,
like if you toss that in regular red,
yeah,
Frank's, it'd be hotter.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they add the butter to it usually, but
Okay, so that's
you
why,
need to
yeah.
add the cayenne pepper now
they
to
might have
offset the
honestly.
butter.
Can I tell you something? They might have honestly just given us the wrong, the wrong order because I really don't think these are the extra spicy.
Yeah, because you probably
I
had
don't
them
think
before.
they are.
Right.
Have you had the extra hot before?
Never, but I can't imagine that would be extra spicy.
No,
That's like
that's normal.
Frank's.
That's like a
That's-
normal hot
yeah.
wing. Like I'm happy as hell with the wing.
yeah.
Like
for
if
sure. It's
I
good wings.
ordered hot wings, like
Yeah.
that's cool. I'm cool with that because I'm not, I eat like 5 of them and I'm not dying after it.
right?
But if I eat 5 extra hot, I should be dying after it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
These
Like you'd
extra
be
hot-
sweating after like 2 wings. You'd be like, oh shit, okay. Like I'm getting a little sweaty. Like,
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
for sure.
but
Extra
like you
hot,
said,
my nose should be running. And
I would say you like. Do you like hot food too, though?
Yeah, I love hot food.
Yeah, so we all like hot food too. So I mean, someone like my girlfriend come in here and eat the hot wing. She'll only ever get medium wings too. So like
Yeah.
for her, she'd be probably dying. She'd be downstairs. You know what I mean? But for us, that's just another walk in the park.
Yeah.
But good food though. So I'm gonna try this barbecue though, because
Yep, I'm gonna do the same thing.
we're gonna do that.
Yeah,
I
so
wonder
these
what
are barbecue on the pit, and yeah, like you said, they deep fry them like they do the regular ones, except they throw them on a charcoal pit or like a grill or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's like my go-to. That's what I get every time.
Yeah, this is good. I don't know
That's
what you're
right.
rating on, but this is good.
That's like big boy, big back certified. Okay.
I'm gonna take a nap.
Listen, I've been going hard in the gym, so the back ain't that big no more. But I'm tell you something. I still know it's name too.
All right, we about to work it off. It's all good.
Yeah, those are good, bro. Those are like, that's what I want in a barbecue wing.
Can't go wrong.
Obviously, if we would have ate them right when we got it too, it'd be a little better. We kind of let those wings sit out for a second, but
That's all right.
they were still delicious though. Whew. Might have to take a break and wash our hands.
Yeah, for real. That honestly
That's
might
pretty
be a
good.
idea.
That's good.
Oh, this shit valid.
Nothing like washing down some wings with some coffee.
Yeah, right?
Ain't nothing like it.
Hey, I offered everyone water, and we all said, "Nah, we're good. We're all good with coffee."
I'm rolling.
No, that's fire.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, why don't we
break, take
why don't we give it a little rating?
I mean, those are solid. Like, I would say 8 or a 9. Like, you really can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, that's like what you would expect from
That's what I
a Buffalo
growing up
pizzeria.
in Buffalo, and I'm ordering wings from a place, and I get that. Can't complain.
Yeah,
If we threw it on a pit, you didn't even have to ask.
I would give it
Didn't
so.
over sauce it, nothing. It's perfectly cooked. Like,
Mhm.
what's wrong with it? You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
No, for real, and the price is good too. They're good at what they're pricing.
For sure.
I would give it so like the standard for Buffalo wings is pretty high nowadays because of some of these spots that be coming around,
Yeah.
like Barbill, where like I'm not trying to knock anybody, but Barbill, you go there and that the way that wing falls off the bone and how they cook it for 25 minutes, they cook it fresh 25 minutes, they toss it, they put the rub on it after.
Yeah.
So
All
there's
that.
high standards in Buffalo.
Oh,
I'm
for sure.
gonna have to give those wings an 8.5 because that's what I want. Like you said, from a wing. Like I order
Yeah.
a 20 piece. That's what I want in a wing.
Yeah, that's solid. That's a
But
solid
if we didn't have some of the spots in Buffalo, that would probably to me be almost a damn near a 9.5 though.
Which
you know?
honestly, realistically, like who's getting a 10? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
Right, it was
gotta
perfect.
you gotta go.
you got to be at the
gotta-
restaurant and eating that shit out the fryer to know.
You gotta have like Yeah, you got to be like marinating your wings and then cooking it perfect and then throwing it on the pit and then putting like gold leaf on it or something for me to give you a 10.
Yeah. What about you? What you think?
Sauce or flavor alone, I'm gonna say a 7.
Okay.
7.
Yeah. Solid.
I don't want to, rate on if it was like, oh, too rubbery or another, like just off of sauce and flavor. I'm gonna say it's 7.
Okay.
Solid 7.
There we go.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So make sure y'all head over to Reymondos.
That's
man.
perfect because she's never had it before. We love Reymondos, so we are very biased.
Oh, for sure.
So for us, we're just gonna be like, yeah, we love it. So it's great to get an honest review from someone that's never had it. So I think that's a perfect review for some chicken wings. You know,
Absolutely.
that blue cheese is fire though. I do love that blue cheese.
They actually make their blue cheese there.
Yeah, you could tell, man. Oh,
they make that
so
shit
good.
fresh.
Oh, y'all doing it big. Y'all doing it big. What?
For real.
Yep.
Reymondos cheese.
Everybody, and that's, everybody's like, oh, they make their shit fresh. Like,
That's fire.
they
though.
say
make their
that,
own blue cheese?
that's awesome if you like that stuff. But me personally, like, I don't give a fuck. To be
But
honest
I mean,
with you.
who's doing that though? Like, who's
No, it's
making
really-
their own blue cheese?
That's really like
fire.
a Buffalo thing. Like, only like the real OG spots make their own blue cheese.
Mm.
If you go to any place in Buffalo and they tell you gotta have the blue cheese, guaranteed it's just like homemade.
That's what, if you go back on our episode 3, you'll see that that Rich makes his blue cheese and he kind of gives us a little like hint on how he does it too.
Yep.
Because he does it different than a lot of places, which,
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you don't like blue cheese, but he does it so differently. So it's like when you dip into that, it's a whole different flavor now. You're
Right.
talking, it's a different sauce almost.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know?
Because everybody's gonna make it differently. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Exactly.
Yeah, we were literally just talking about that that intro song. Like, that shit is super catchy. It really is. Like, I've had a bunch of people tell me like, yo, like when I watch it, like for me personally, I know when I watch it after the fact, I literally catch myself like rapping it. Like, it just sticks in your head.
yeah, this shit is catchy as fuck.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's awesome. No, I do love it, man. I think where my mind was with it was, let's just make this shit as simple as possible,
Yeah.
right to the point.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we're artists, so we try to be complex with the way we say stuff and what we're talking about. We're trying to send a message, but this is literally just a Buffalo experience. I know that you'll be hearing this. You know what I'm saying?
Simple to the point.
Right in your face. We in Buffalo. We eating chicken wings at Lenova. Like, simple. There is a little hidden message in that intro though.
Yeah.
That Shays Theater with that mansion.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Actually,
Yeah.
that's a good point. I wanted to talk about that, but I completely forgot. That's a great point. So, yeah, you will notice, like, in the intro, as we're, like, driving down the street, it kind of pans to this, like, I call them, like, McMansions. It's, like, not quite a mansion, but not quite, like, a regular house. It was actually a house owned by Mary Shea, who started Shay's Performing Arts Center. So it's like I have no clue how old it is. Gotta be at least over 100 years old.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
But it's an old, nice mansion. You go inside there and it's like super ornate. Like, even the floor is like an art piece.
Mm-hmm.
And I only know that because my dad actually used to have like a business partner back in the day, and he owned the house, and he would like throw like Halloween parties and stuff like that, and we'd go with my dad, and like I just remember like as a kid going in there exploring that place, and like it's super nice. And yeah, it's Mary Shay's old house. It was
Yeah.
built
So-
for her. So
Yeah, it's super cool.
It's
man.
a lot of
Yeah.
historical places in Buffalo too.
yeah, for
It's
sure.
a lot of history here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of art.
Yeah.
That's what we known for. That's what Buffalo is known for. Our
Yep.
art,
Yeah.
music, and our good chicken wings.
Well, there's a lot
Yeah,
of things
right.
actually. Buffalo actually bailed out the rest of the country at one point.
really.
There was so much money in Buffalo, like, because Buffalo at one point was like a hub when the Erie Canal like came about and whatnot, you know, people, you know, they'd have like these massive ships coming in from like the East Coast, coming down the canal, and then they would all stop in Buffalo. And then from Buffalo, they get like go on the train and they're out to wherever. You know what I mean? So like everybody got stuff from Buffalo. So like Buffalo's like a major hub. Buffalo's still a major hub, but like for different reasons now.
Mm-hmm.
That's fire.
So like all those like places on like Delaware and Elmwood and stuff, like they're all like massive mansions and they're businesses now. But
Yeah.
like back in the days, those were like actual like families' houses.
Right.
They'd be like one.
I seen dentist's office. They're like big ass office. I'm like, well, what the fuck you need all that room for? It's,
Right.
it's fire though.
Right.
But yeah,
Right.
so a lot of those businesses were once houses and stuff like that. And yeah, like I said, it's a lot of history in Buffalo. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yep.
So
But yeah, we definitely want to get into more, you know, learning about you now as an artist and a person and stuff like that, because we know, you know, we've known you for a while now. I've known you for damn near heard about you like 9 years ago. Like it's been a minute.
well, see, that's
Yeah,
kind of
it's
what I
been
was
there.
about to ask. So I was gonna say, how did we meet? You know, we all know the story, but I want to hear it from your perspective. Like, how do you remember like us all meeting and whatnot?
it actually was a minute before I met Motiques in like real life, other than like Facebook and stuff like that. You know, we always used to share like music and stuff on Facebook, but like when is like the first time that we actually met? It had to be like 2023. Like we
It wasn't.
just
Yeah,
met.
it wasn't that long ago. It was like, shit, dude.
I don't know. I don't remember. But you know, like a lot of the times, like when you meet somebody, it's like we've always been fam. You know what I'm saying? Like we always been family before we even like actually got connected with each other in like real life reality. So it's
Yeah.
like, man, like, you know, we been cool. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
as far as you though, I don't.
I know. I'm pretty sure. First time I ever met you, it was here,
Yeah.
and you came. I'm pretty sure you came here
Yeah.
to like record or something. And
Mhm.
Motiques was like, "Yo, this is Case." I'm like, "Okay,
Yes, because
cool." And then
we
you
were
started
about to
spitting,
record.
I'm like, "Oh shit!
Yeah.
All right."
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a fact. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the first time I
Damn.
met you was here.
I can't even remember, bro.
Um,
I want to say it was probably for him. It was probably like the Valentine's Day cipher.
You was at the Valentine's
It
Day?
might have been, yeah.
Because that was
It
the
might have
first
been.
time she came here to record.
That honestly, yeah, it might have been when you came here to record for that.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you were definitely here for that.
It might have been. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
That's
like
a fact.
100%.
So
I
it's
remember
damn near
you
a
was
year
standing
ago.
outside.
Yeah,
You weren't here yet.
Mhm.
Yup.
He was here. I was
Yep.
we were both waiting on him.
yeah,
And it was for
Yep.
yeah, okay.
I do remember that.
yeah.
I was like, damn, like they're here right now, and like I feel terrible. They're waiting outside. It was cold as hell outside.
yeah, it was.
But I actually, it's
Oh,
funny
good.
because I heard about you. It was a long time ago. I mean, it was probably like 2018. So not as long as I thought, but about 7 years probably now. We did that little mixtape. We were part of the Buffalo. It was a Buffalo mixtape that one of the DJs, what is it, Bandana Black?
Yeah, DJ
He used to
Bandana
host
Black.
those mixtapes, and me and you were both on the tape.
Mhm.
And I remember hearing your song, and I was like, damn, I gotta add her, and like we gotta tap in. And I knew at some point we're gonna find the right time. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
knew that there'd be the right time, and that's when I hit you up. I'm pretty sure for the Valentine's Day cipher, and then ever since then we've been locked. Like we went from like not knowing each other to like locked in.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking, we do a lot together now. Like
That's a fact.
we talk about shows with each other. We talk about, you know, when we're dropping. We talk about our plans together now. Like
All of that.
I help you with some video stuff. We help, you know, what I mean, we help her with video shit like
Yeah.
that. Like
Mhm.
so we're super locked in now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, man. You know
That
what I'm saying?
is.
So it's all about
Really building them connections, you know.
yeah, and that's what we're trying to do
It's
together too.
like-
you know, like now it's like, all right, we know each other. We know what each other can do. We know what all three of us could do together. Now let's
Even
see if,
beyond the
who else
music.
we could talk to and stuff,
Yeah,
you know, yeah.
even beyond the music, even behind,
yeah.
beyond the work, and you know, you really want to build relationships and connections with people. As far as like, you know, like, damn, what's your favorite color? You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
you, yeah, for real.
rather than you know just working all the time and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
really, really building that bond. So
Yeah, that's true. Because you can't. It's hard to trust people these days too.
Yeah,
For real, you be meeting new people and like they seem like they have good intentions, and then you're like, you start to see how people move, and you're like, yeah, okay, not fucking with that person again.
Yeah.
Like,
my thing, when it always comes to stuff like that, like I always pay attention to like how people talk about other people they know. Because if you shit talking like one of your boys, and I'm like, okay,
you gonna shit talk me?
you're gonna do the same shit to me.
Yeah.
So
Because that's supposed to be your boy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm very picky about like who I like. I have a ton of acquaintances, but I have very few actual friends.
Yeah, because it's categories
You
for
know?
everything. You got your work friends, you got your work friends, you got your best friends, you got
Right.
I kind of know you people. It's different
Yeah.
categories for different people.
Acquaintances.
But
Yeah.
what I always say is this, man. I always say not everybody is meant to have really just that that friend word. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
not everybody's your friend,
That
and not
the
everybody
access to you.
yeah, and the access to you, but also not everybody. You're not meant to be liked by everybody,
Yeah,
because
facts.
if you're friends with everybody, who are you loyal to? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
You can't.
Exactly.
You just can't be, because I could be friends with them over there, and and y'all don't fuck with them, but I'm cool with y'all. But who you loyal to? You can't be. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's limits to shit, man.
no, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why you keep a lot of business separated from that friendship, because like, you might do business with that person, but then you might be like, nah, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna pick them because they're my. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or we only gonna do business. I'm only gonna do business with that person because that's where our relationship is.
Yeah.
Like you might not be able to trust certain people. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, business is business. You know.
Right.
So you kind of have to put some shit aside to get that business taken care of. But at the end of the day, you might not be messing with them outside of that business relationship.
That's a
You know,
fact.
because I know a lot of people like that. And it's just that's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
Like
And
That's
even
what it
just
is.
speaking on somebody who is outside of the room, I always try to keep it positive. And if you can't keep it positive about something that that they're doing well, then it's just like I'm not even about to speak about it.
Yeah,
You know what I
it's not
mean?
worth
Like
Yeah.
they're not even in the room to give their side, give their say. I don't need to speak on it, man.
Yeah.
We good. Or if
No,
like
that's respectable
there's any
for sure.
type of problem that I may have had with them, they already know about it. We already spoke about it. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't need to chat about
that's
it.
just
no more,
keeping it
you know
real,
what I mean?
honestly.
So,
That's just keeping it real and just moving on and not letting that little shit get to you too.
Yeah.
Some people
Yeah.
be so bothered by it, they just need to keep talking about it instead of like handling the problem.
let it go.
Yep.
Yeah, for real.
Let it go.
So
Hell yeah.
I got a question for you. How did you my bad, my mic is hella far away. What up, people?
Now we can hear you.
So how did you get your name Case Closed?
Yeah. Case
like,
closed.
And, it's Case Closed with a K.
Yes.
So like
Yeah,
That's gotta be
there's
real.
a lot of controversy sometimes
Yeah.
with the K's and stuff instead of C's, and it's like, first of all, I'm not any gang affiliation, right? Because
She's
I
not
was
throwing C's up, people. All right,
I'm not no gang affiliation. But yeah, I actually got that from my grandmother. I remember when I told her that I first wanted to rap. I was like, well, Granny, like, what my rap name about to be, and what I'm about to call myself? You know what I'm saying? Like, how is my style about to be?
Right.
And she was like, she was thinking, she was like, Case Closed. And I'm like, oh, that's fire.
Damn, she came
Like,
up with that?
She came up with that.
Damn.
And
That's fire.
I done stuck with it ever since. I mean, there's times where I want to change it, but it's also like, nah, that's my history. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something that she made for me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like, heck no. And
Well,
she's my
and your
biggest
name
supporter, too, so-
starts with a K
Oh, yeah.
too, so it
Yeah,
works.
so and then it was
works.
so when I was younger, they call me KK. Sometimes some
Oh,
people still call me
shit.
KK.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm like, okay, so we was like, okay, well, instead of C, let's put K's, So
Yeah.
Case Closed, or it's still, if you wanna shorten it, it can just still be KK.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool.
Every time I hear KK, I always think of Khalifa Kush.
blowing KK, blowing KK, blowing
Just being
KK.
real, you know.
And you don't even
But-
smoke.
I don't smoke. I don't smoke. Not anymore. I used to be a big pothead.
Yeah. Yep. Same, man. Back in the
Yeah,
day,
I
right?
used to too. Yeah.
Mhm. For real. Yeah, that's really cool, man. I didn't know that about you. I don't think either of us knew that about you. That's really dope.
Yeah.
Like, grandma came up with that
Shout
name.
out Granny.
For real.
Yeah,
shout out Granny, bro.
He the real OG.
Man,
For real. No,
That's
for real.
so fire, dude.
Right?
That's so dope. Yeah, I love that name too, man. Like, it just makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it just makes sense. Like,
Yeah, for
the
sure.
whole thing, man, the whole rap about. But I just came out with an idea for your logo. You should damn near come up with a logo and have it be 2Ks, bro.
Fuck yeah.
Like, you should damn near do like a K and then like a backwards K and have it like look crazy or something.
When I first started, that was what my logo was. That's what my logo was. But I thought it was kind of too generic. That's me personally. I thought it was just too generic, just because like everybody was kind of doing it. And I seen a lot of people with the K, and I'm like, well, shit, don't like this shit is fire. Don't get me wrong, the shit was fire, but I'm like, damn, like, what else can I do to it? What else can I add to it? So I know you be doing like the arts and shit, like with the cover arts and shit like that. So we definitely got to lock in.
I was gonna say, because I'm about to like try and craft something up. I'm not really too good at drawing and stuff, but it's almost something I would want to like draw, so you could come up with something authentic. Because I know what you mean. It's like, okay, we take a K and then we put it backwards and next to each other and with a circle around it.
But
like,
you creative though, so I know you probably got some shit.
See, I would think it would be something with like 2Ks and like maybe like a portfolio or something. You know what I mean? Something like, you know, be real. You know, be tight. Like a dossier from a fucking investigator or something. Like they got like a little paper clip with your headshot on it and it says case closed on it.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
so
what I mean?
we gotta chop it up.
And then like the logo is like it's stamped on there.
Come on.
Right.
Like it says case closed in like the red lettering, and then it's just like a stamp that's like KK, but it looks like someone stamped that bitch on there. Look at us trying to help you out with that shit right on the live fucking interview.
And that's what I'm working on right now too, is like branding and marketing. You know, a lot of people always ask me like, why do you always have like, I always carry, you know, my case, my little briefcase and shit like that. And I actually got some plans as far as like that goes. But you know, I'm just working into, you know, marketing and branding myself more and just, you know, showing what I stand for and my values and who I am, you know, and feeding into the persona, you know, because for the most part, I am mostly a business person. I try to keep shit professional more than anything. So I think that works perfect for me because I don't.
That's a damn fact.
Don't nobody really know too much about me unless I tell them. So that's why I keep a lot of shit professional. I think it's perfect.
We don't hang out. Like we don't. You know what I mean? Like because I'm not a big like hangout really. Like me and him don't even really kick it really. We work.
Yeah.
Same with you though. Like we be hanging out because we want to be around each other, but also because we're motivated. Though. Like we want to be around each other because we got the same mindset. Like we could get shit done. Or we could sit here and play video games and shoot the shit. But at the end of the day, we're enjoying each other's presence, but also we getting shit done, and it feels good to get work done.
You know what? That's hilarious.
You know what I'm saying?
That's hilarious. You mentioned that because like me and him, like hit me up like, yo, you want to chill? Like we literally have had these days where we're like, all right, yo, we're gonna chill, we're gonna fucking, you know what I mean, just hang out, have fun. We always end up working every time. And that's like, it's just awesome because like we both got that same like goal. We're both like trying to fucking make some shit happen.
Yeah.
So it's like that shit naturally happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we always end up in the studio. So it's like, you know, what are we going to do in the studio?
And that shit is so dope because there's like a lot of people that want to be around people that's actually doing stuff.
Yeah, but they just want to be along for the ride.
Yeah, they just want to be along for the ride. And there's no actual like purpose behind what you're doing, you know.
Or no
like we can chill if we want to, but it's just like we're having fun working. You know what I mean? And this is the shit that this is why we do what we do because we're having fun. You know what I'm saying? Working, you know, rather than just, you know, ain't nothing wrong with, you know, cooling out sometimes. But me personally, I can't turn my brain off sometimes. When I'm in go mode, man, even when I'm chilling, I'm like, damn, well, what the fuck else can I do?
You feeling like you're wasting time.
Yeah,
too,
it's like, damn,
right?
I need to do something else, man. You know what I mean? And so it's like that's a
good way to be though.
You know?
And you know, we getting older now too, you know what I'm saying? So we getting closer and closer to what are we gonna do for retirement?
Yeah.
What the hell are we gonna do? We gotta sit around while we're young still, or are we gonna wait till like we can't walk no more and now we want to put work in? Like this is the time to really start putting that work in.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and like you said, marketing yourself and you know, selling merch, finding ways to make money, finding ways to make plays. Like I mean, you got a job, like you work a lot. And you doing a lot on besides the music too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like that's what it's all about too, you know? Setting yourself up for the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
I think we need to think long term as far as, you know, rather than the moment, you know. I'm still young, but even when I was younger than this, like, you know, I was always thinking about just right now, this moment? How can I enjoy this moment right now?
Yeah, for
and
sure.
now it's just like, okay, I plan on being here for a while. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be 110 in this motherfucker. A lot of people don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but me, hell no. I want to be old as fuck.
It's a
I want to be old as shit.
Yeah.
No, I want to be
Yeah,
in this
for real.
motherfucker for a long time and doing mad shit. You
Yeah.
know
It's
what
a
I mean?
controversial opinion because, like, a lot of people when you're young, like, you haven't even been alive for that long, so you don't understand, like, how long being 80 years old is. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then, like, there's people out there that just don't have, like, the foresight for it. And, I can't speak about everybody, but I know for myself, like, I got to that point where I'm like, yeah, you know what? I know I'm gonna, unless I, like, get killed or something, I'm gonna be in this motherfucker till I'm, like, at least 80 or 90.
Feel me?
So I'm trying to fucking set myself up so at a certain point, like, I don't gotta, you know what I mean? I can do what I want. I
Yeah.
could sit back and not really, like, relax totally, but, like, obviously I'm still gonna want to do stuff, but I don't want to have to be grinding every day.
Yeah,
As,
like,
like,
I don't want to be
80-year-old
50,
dude,
60
you know
years.
what I
I don't
mean?
want to be 50, 60 years old still working hard as hell. Like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
it's not gonna
No,
happen.
you put that work in now, and then you be able to chill, but actually be making moves. But you almost got like other people making moves for you, or you got things set up to be making money for you. While
Right.
You know,
Mhm.
and that's what retirement's all about. You know,
Absolutely.
people got 401ks. We got hopes and dreams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't got a 401k. You know,
I do.
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I just
do.
started that shit. I just started
Word.
that last year.
Yeah,
word.
But I actually had to really dig
I don't
into
got-
it. I had to read about it. Like,
don't
I
got-
didn't know. Like, I really didn't. I didn't know nothing about it. Like, I heard of it, but I didn't have the
Listen,
knowledge on it. You know what I mean?
401ks are the way. I mean, it's not for everybody. It's not perfect, but if it's gonna be one of your things that you're doing,
Yeah.
great. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I got a 401k, but there's hardly anything in mine because I haven't been contributing lately. But ain't no
Yeah,
talk
mine is
about
in
that.
stocks.
Yeah,
Yeah, mine is in
mine
stocks.
too.
So it's like, yeah.
I think mine is mine's like an index fund. I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah.
So it's like, the top 50 companies, traded or whatever. I got like a percentage of each of them. You know,
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
so it's not
gonna
nothing
be
crazy.
fast.
Yeah,
it's not gonna
no.
be fast, but best believe by the time you turn 60, that shit gonna be
Yeah, I think honestly it makes like maybe like $500 a year or $1,000 a year, something like that.
something like that.
Which I haven't had it for that long, but you know what I mean. It's still better
Yeah.
than nothing.
It is better.
that's
than nothing.
like one
It's
of-
better
you
than
know-
a savings account, bro.
But and that, a lot of people don't talk about this, but I think financial literacy is fucking huge. More people should be talking about this. Like, nobody, as far as I know, I went to school in the hood. I went to school on the east side, and like, they never taught us about financial literacy.
Nah.
So like, every time we talk about this, I'm down to have a conversation about
Shit,
it.
there is
Yeah.
no
We should be
financial
knowing
literacy
more about
courses.
this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? With the
Classes.
401ks, there's like penalties if you try to pull money out like before you're like 65, but you could use it for other stuff. You know what I mean? You could throw money in there pre-tax. So at the end, you know what I mean? You're having more money in there
Mhm.
instead of like paying tax and then taking money from that and then throwing it in.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you can also pull money out of a 401k for certain things, like certain types of medical bills. If you try to buy a house,
I was
if
gonna
you're
say,
trying to
because I
start a
got a savings
business.
account too. I got a savings account.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the thing. That's the best part about it is like you can throw it in pre-tax and you can pull it out without tax under certain
Right,
situations. You know what I mean? So that's huge. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's huge.
And not
If you
only
make-
that, they add a little bit of extra in there too.
Yeah.
You know, if
If you get if you get a good job or some kind of employer or whatever, they'll contribute to it.
right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can't go wrong with that.
Right.
Yeah.
It grows, conservatively. If you throw in like $500 a year, your company will throw in like $400 a year. You know what I mean? That shit's growing like $2,000 a year
Mm-hmm.
easily.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, and it's growing more as you go. So if you got 10 grand
pre-tax,
and then 5 years you got 15,
and you're not
going to
paying,
grow the more money you have.
right? And you're not paying extra taxes on it because like taxes kill you. Like,
That's why they penalize you for pulling early, because they want that money circulating in the market and everything like that.
yep.
And then you take it out when you retire. So that's guaranteed money that the bank could play with too.
Right.
So so you get penalized for pulling it early, and it's a big, like, I took my 401k out when I was working at the bank. I had like $10,000, bro. I got 8 back.
Yeah.
They took 2 bands out of my retirement, which, like you said, with the contributions and everything, it's not like I really lost any of my money, but you know, I should have just left that shit in there and turned it into an IRA. Because when you're done with a company, you gotta roll that into an IRA. You can't keep it in a retirement 401k when you quit a company, because that 401k is through that company. So now you got to roll it into an IRA, which is the same thing, a retirement account, and that's what you would contribute to. You know, you would just throw money in it whenever, or you have it just every week. You have a certain amount go into your 401k, or well, be an IRA. You know, so
and there's I don't want to spend too much time on it, but there's so much things you could actually do. You know what I mean? You could take like your interest. You could, like, let's say, you know, you're like 70 years old, right? And you got like 100 grand in there, right?
oh shit.
And you make every year you make $5,000 in interest. What you can do is you can literally set it up to where it'll just deposit 5 grand into your account, like your checking account or whatever, and it'll just literally stay in there and keep compounding. But
Big on the compound interest. Shout out to compound interest.
yeah, for sure. It's also, you know what I mean? It is tied up in the stock market too. So like, stock prices crash. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So,
and that's why a lot of times, like, older people, especially like you said, like when you're 70, you know, no. So when you're 30, you go for those high risk options because you're going to make more money, but you have a higher risk of losing money too. But you can afford to take some losses a couple years, where when you're 70, you could die tomorrow. Not even saying, I'm just saying anything could happen. You could have a heart attack. And now it's like, damn, you're taking high risks. You already got high risk of, you know, because you're older. So now they take lower risks when they're older. So they might not make as much, but they way less chances that they're going to start losing money. You know what I mean? So
I think honestly, when it comes down to all of it, you just gotta like weigh the pros with the cons of everything. Because like, if we're gonna be realistic about it, like, you could be like my grandfather. He was like the same age as I am right now, and he died.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I'm
Shit.
not thinking about dying tomorrow. I mean,
no.
I do, but like, that's not in my plans.
No.
You know what I mean? So
No. But that's why you got to take risks, because if you die young, then it's like, damn, like, at least you took some risks while you were young. Like,
oh, for
fuck,
sure,
like,
yeah.
You die in your 30s, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, who
I don't
gives, like,
my thing is I don't want to be older and then thinking back like, damn, I should have like maybe tried this or tried that. Like, no, I'm gonna try it out. You know what
hell
I mean?
yeah, bro. Take them risks, bro.
You only get one life, so
Yeah.
It's a
you
fact.
gotta do
Yeah,
it
if you
up.
die in your 30s, at least you went out with a bang. Like, nah, I took that big risk, and it worked out, or it
Calculated
didn't
risk.
work out, and whatever.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know?
Big on calculated risk, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's a fact.
So I think we kind of, established we got like a lot of stuff going on as far as like the music, and then like, you're a business person and all that. So like, I guess I was kind of wondering, like, does everybody call you Case, or like, does your family call you that? Like, you got people in a business that call you that? Like, because every time I see you, I call you Case.
Yeah.
And I know Motiques is the same thing.
Yeah,
So like,
for sure.
you know what I mean? It's like when you go to the family cookouts and shit, and you come, go
Yeah,
give
I
Granny
mean-
a hug and shit. She was like, "What up, Case?" Or she's like,
Yeah.
she call you by your the full government name.
She called me Case, she called me KK. Honestly, it depends on how she feel. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it depends. I mean, a lot of people call me Case, in more professional settings, they call me Kasia. You know what I'm saying? That's my government, if y'all did not know that. Kasia. And then some people call me KK. I mean, it depends. Like, my brother made up KK. He's called me KK since I was a baby. So, but Case is usually just just the regular, Case. What's
Yeah.
up, Case?
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
For sure.
It's
Yeah.
kind of weird though sometimes when I'm in like certain settings and people call me Kasia because people call me Case so much, and so when people call me Kasia, I'm like, what's up? Like, what's saying? Like, why are you calling me Kasia? Like, I don't know. It's kind of
Right. Who are you? What
like,
do you want?
Like,
What do you
got
want?
my government name and shit. I don't play that.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
But yeah, I mean,
I always wonder that, when I see, like, I meet artists, because, like, I'm not, back in the day, I wasn't, like, a band and all that. But, like, nowadays, I don't make music. So I wouldn't call myself an artist. But I'm around Motiques all the time.
yeah,
And he knows, like, so many different artists. And I'm like, yo, this is Case. This is, like, Caution. Or this is, all these different names. And I'm like, yo, what's your real name, dog? Like,
nah, yeah, I definitely feel that. I mean,
because some people, you got your name fits. You know what I mean? You got a cool name. It grows off of your real name. It's nothing crazy. I don't feel like a dumbass calling you Case. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But then you get some people out there, they got these wild ass names, and I'm just like, why? Like,
But they're smart. I mean, like when you think about some artists and their names, it got to make sense.
Yeah,
it got to
for
make
sure.
sense. You know
For
what I
sure.
mean? As far as like everything fits into that persona. So it's like, I said, I could say for me, I kind of fit, Case clothes and the persona and the shit that I do and that I stand for, and yeah, I mean, like it gotta fit, it gotta make sense. You know what I'm saying?
oh, for
So,
sure, yeah.
Big on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure, man.
So I do have another question for you. How did you like get started making music? Like, what did you just like wake up one day and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna start rapping, or like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I made my first song when I was a freshman in high school. The people was going crazy about that. It was called Swerve. Don't look that up. Don't look it up.
I'm looking.
Y'all gonna look it up.
Oh, hell
Don't look
yeah.
it up. All right, but even before that, I was always super interested in music. I always loved music. It was always like something that really gave me like more of a feeling to feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, for sure.
Everybody has their things to where like, they feel good. Music was my feel good,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll say like I like me and my siblings, we had a little band. I played the drums, my sister would sing, and my brother was on the guitar. Like
I didn't know that. You play
Yeah.
drums?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you-
it
you like-
wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing. Like I was like 3-4 years old, and we had a little band
shit.
going. You know
Could you
what I'm
at least
saying?
like you could like hold the beat
I can
though?
do a
Yeah.
little. You know what I'm saying?
You
And I'm
know
like,
what? Even if you can like hold a beat, it's better than like most people out there. Cause like me personally, I play guitar, but I am like I've tried to play drums. I'm not
That
coordinated.
shit is
for
so
it.
hard, bro. Yeah.
I mean,
Like, I can't do it for some. If you play like a metronome and playing guitar, I can stay on beat all day. But
Yeah.
if I'm trying to like hold a beat, like banging it on the drums, I can't do it. It sounds terrible. So like that's
I'm
a,
sure
you know,
it
that's a
sound
gift.
that bad. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I was doing that when I was like 3-4 years old, and my grandma always played music in the house, blasting everybody from Michael Jackson to Queen Latifah, Tupac, Nas, all of that. So like I said, like
Yeah, so you grew up deep with the music, a lot of music
Yeah.
around.
like I don't know, music was always everything for me. You know what I mean? That was always something that I could turn to feel better, to feel good, So yeah,
Yeah, that's fire,
for
man.
sure.
You know what I love? I'm sorry. You know what I really love about music is like, you could have like two very different people, like fundamentally like who they are, and you play some music and they both rock out to that shit. Like all types of music, and you really don't know till you start playing it, like who likes what. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because, like, I'll give a perfect example. My grandmother loved country. I used to hate country back in the day. I hated it. Every time, like, it would give me a headache. Couldn't listen to it. And then like, you know, my grandma passed away and all that, and like I started listening to it like shortly after that. It reminds me of her.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of weird, like one day I was like playing it and a bunch of people were like into it, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
just music does that, you know what I mean? A bunch of people that like we probably would have never like had a conversation, we got nothing to talk about, but like you'd be playing music in public and next thing you know, like somebody's like, yo, that's that shit, turn it up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that
And
connecting ability.
it connects everybody, yeah, for sure. There's every person out there, there's a type of music for them. You know what I mean? And no matter what you like, there's a genre, there's an artist, there's certain tracks that just like everybody loves. And
what's
certain
your top 3 genres of music?
top 3 genres?
Yeah.
I'm a big I'm a big like 90s gangster rap fan.
Yeah.
Like that's like my all-time number one.
Fire.
I was so back in the day I used to be in like a metal band. I don't really, which is weird because like I don't really listen to metal anymore. But I used to be in a metal band that's definitely still like one of the tops. Although if it's like screaming shit, I don't like that. But I like the heavy guitar shit.
You like
know?
good quality music, bro. Like
Yeah.
you like Metallica, where it's not.
I wouldn't really say I have like favorites because like I listen to all different types of stuff. So like rap, hip hop, R&B, blues, jazz, country, bluegrass. Like I listen to all types
Whatever
of shit.
resonates at the time.
If it's got like a good rhythm and the melodies are good and the vocals are hitting with everything, like it don't matter what kind of genre it is.
Feel that.
Yeah.
How about you?
And
I'm the same way, dude. Like if I'm outside and it's a beautiful day and I'm cooking on the grill,
Yeah.
I love rap music. You know that.
Absolutely.
I'm a rapper. I love rap.
Absolutely.
He loves rap. But we ain't listening to rap on the cookout. Like I listen to rap all day, every day. I'm bumping that 70s, 80s rock and roll, dude. I'm blasting that shit, and we going crazy on the deck, drinking some water. You know, staying hydrated.
Shout out the water.
You know what I'm saying? Cooking some chicken on the grill, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like you said, it really depends on like the environment, bro. Like, but when I'm driving in the car and it's a nice day, I'm driving in the car, I'm blasting some rap. I want that bass in my ears. I want everyone to hear the bass.
Absolutely.
I want to fucking slam the track in the, you know. I'm not listening to 70s rock in the car. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm listening to rap music. Like Tupac's a perfect example. I love Tupac. I love Nas. Like when a Nas track come on, I'm turning it as loud as it can go. I don't care if I blow a speaker.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
what about you? What do you
Hip hop rap is always my main thing. But I love the 90s R&B, you know what I mean?
can't go wrong with 90s R&B.
You know, early 2000s R&B. You know, definitely a little lover girl, but not really, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but definitely more I resonate with the hip hop, with the rap. That's something that, because there's always a message in there.
Yeah, for
you know what
sure.
I'm saying? There's always a message, and I'm big on that. You know, I'm big on the messages.
That's honestly probably like my favorite part about rap is like, you know, a lot of other genres, like you could listen to it and, you know, you might resonate with one or two things, but like rap is like, it's super big on the poetry, and it's super big on like storytelling, and it's super big on like taking your circumstances that like a lot of people deal with every day and making it into something awesome that people will just jam out to.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that kind of goes back to like what I was about to say was like the thing you realize once you like listen to a lot of music, and like some people just aren't that into music, but for me personally, every kind of music is an emotion.
Yeah.
It's all tied to emotions.
Yes. And
you know what I mean? So for me personally, like if I'm feeling some type of way, I'm gonna play some type of music. I'm gonna play a music that resonates with that. You know what I mean?
or an
Like he said,
experience that you like.
yeah.
You could listen to a song and it's gonna bring back an experience. It's gonna bring back a person in your mind
exactly.
that this song like I'm not gonna lie. There's songs where it's like, damn, I'm thinking about this person in this song, or I'm thinking
Yeah.
about this experience or this feeling that came with this experience
Oh,
with
for
this
sure.
song. So that's the best songs for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Like there's certain music, certain songs I play it, I think about a certain ex. There's certain songs I play it, like I'll think about my grandma.
Yeah.
Like that's why I was talking about like country and shit. My grandma was like big into country. Every time I hear country, I think of my grandma. Every time.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
So like when I'm missing my grandma, that's when I'm playing that shit. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Or like if I'm trying to just like vibe out, if I'm trying to get like motivated or something, or if I'm like, you know, not in a great mood, you're trying to just kind of, you know what I mean? There's music for all of that.
All of that.
And the thing I love about it is like all the artists that I've ever talked to, none of them listen to one genre.
Right.
Never. It's
why limit
crazy.
yourself? There's so many.
It's
so many different
crazy.
genres.
It's crazy how much like inspiration you can get from like stuff, from like different stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
All of my like a lot of the big metal bands, super big into blues,
Okay.
which you wouldn't really realize it until you like break down the guitar and the progressions and all that shit, and you're like, wow, that's a blues scale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like a lot of rap, you know, begin to like R&B, and like there's so many different examples of like music we listen to now that pulls inspiration from like all different types of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why me personally, like I feel like if you're only listening to one type of music, you're missing out.
You're limiting yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's so many great songs, you know what I mean? And
Right.
you know, we can even just go to Beyonce. You know, she just went from pop to country, right? She just won an award,
exactly.
you know, and who has done that, you know?
Well, that's one of the things I was trying to get to is like, even like I hate talking about country and all that, because like I'm not like the biggest country fan, but like, you know, nowadays there's a lot of artists that are switching over to country.
Mhm.
Lil Durk made a country song.
Yeah.
Beyonce made a country song. Moneybagg Yo made a country song.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like there's so many big like artists that, and people don't even realize that they make shit like that. You know what I mean?
And that's what makes an artist, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't want to
That's
say
true
like,
artistry to
yeah,
me.
there's artists, you got rappers, you got MCs, and it's different categories. So
Yeah, for sure.
people that are able to expand themselves and be able to artistically create through different genres, that's an artist. You know
Oh,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
That's
Yeah.
an artist.
Well, yeah, for sure. Like if you're an artist, you know, there's so many different mediums of like art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Print art, visual art, audible art.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Even in all these different categories, there's a ton of different subcategories.
Right.
So like I guess that kind of leads me to like our next question is like, what are your inspirations when it comes to music?
As far as creating, or as far as like an artist that I look up to?
Well, I guess both. Like when you're writing your music and you get stumped and you just like vibing off to some shit that you like or whatever, just trying to get some inspiration, trying to get yourself back in the zone or whatever. What do you listen to? Who's your like go-to, like who do you think like you pulled like a little bit of that special
Inspiration?
sauce from? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Inspiration, I would definitely have to say J. Cole. J.
Solid,
Cole has
solid.
always been a big inspiration
I love
to
J.
me.
Cole. Yeah.
Let's see.
He's one of the, not to cut you out, but that's probably one of the artists where I could listen to pretty much everything he put out.
Yeah,
Oh,
like super big
sure.
on J. Cole, man. Kanye West.
Yeah.
A lot of people, actually I have a few people that told me like my music kind of reminds me of the old reminds them of the old Kanye. Sometimes how I dress
That's like the best Kanye, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Old school
for
Kanye was the
sure.
best Kanye.
Super big on them too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I am inspired by Kanye's drive and belief in himself. Sometimes I watch his documentary sometimes, and I'm like,
I didn't
this
even know he
shit
had
is
one.
so fucking fire, man. This shit
People
is so
think he's
fire.
crazy, but he's a genius.
He's
dude.
a genius.
I mean, you
You know what I'm saying?
kind of gotta be that way in order to make your, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like you believe in yourself, but
Yeah.
like
You
How-
make yourself.
how are you gonna get everybody else to
successful.
believe in you?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You
That's
gotta
Yeah.
you gotta know that you're the shit in order for me to know that you're the shit.
And then when people start realizing and they start seeing that vision that you've been trying to portray for so many years, because I'm sure Kanye was young as hell trying to, spread his message, and nobody gave a shit. Like kind of like
Yeah.
now, like people don't really give a shit what we've got going on. We have some people that do, but then when everybody starts tapping in, they're like,
Now
they
here
start,
comes
and then
the-
he's like, yeah, see, I told you, I
Yeah.
told y'all that I was gonna do something.
because at first he was
Yeah.
a producer, like that's what he
Yeah.
was known for, producing.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
he wanted to show everybody, like, yeah, I'm a rapper too. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
can rap, and
Yeah.
he made that known, and he was able to do
Yeah.
that. And like I said, that's inspirational.
That is,
you know?
man.
And then, like I said, with J. Cole, he's just a lyricist. So
Yeah,
you know,
he really is, like-
he aims to be the best, and I want to be the best. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna try to be the best. And in every aspect, in everything that I do, I feel like if you're not trying to be the best in what you're doing, then why are you doing it? I
Yeah.
mean, what's the point of like, well, I don't want to be this big. You know what I mean? I kind of just want a little bit of this, and I just want to like if you're doing music, you should be wanting to be the best.
yeah, you better do it up.
If you're
right.
y'all should be wanting to be the best
Yeah.
podcast. You know what I'm saying?
You're never gonna stop progressing. That's how you have to think, right?
You know what I mean?
No matter what.
I want to be bigger than everybody. I want to be
Yeah.
the best. Because you gotta think about it like this. If you're saying that I don't want to be the best, I just want this amount of visibility, or I want this amount of greatness, then that's how much effort that you're putting in. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
So if it's like I'm saying I want to be the best rapper, well, guess what? Guess how much effort that I'm about to be putting in.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I
for
mean?
sure.
So I
Yeah.
see it like that, man. And
Oh, I think
that's important, man. In anything you do, like
yeah, for sure. Because I think there's a lot of mediocre people and brands and all that type of shit. No matter what avenue you're looking down, you know what I mean.
I'ma
You can
just
always
say
find
this.
mediocre stuff, but nobody wants that.
I'm gonna just say this. People want results, right? People want results, man. And let's not look at results. When we do things in any type of like business venture, or in any type of thing that you want to get goal wise, look at it as the journey. Like we hear this so much, the journey. Look at it. No, when we say the journey, we're looking at personal development.
Yeah.
How are you gonna have to change? What are you gonna have to change about yourself?
Yep.
From habits to personality to whatever. How are you gonna have to change yourself in order to get to where you're trying to go?
Mm-hmm.
And what I realized that yes, there's a lot of people that have done music and they stopped, and that sucks because they were really good. And it's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But it's because they weren't seeing results. Somebody wasn't sharing. People wasn't liking. And you gotta think of it like this, man. Like, that's part of the journey.
Yeah.
You're gonna have people that's not gonna fuck with you. You're gonna
yeah,
have
for
people
sure.
that are gonna see your shit,
And you're gonna
but not
have
liking.
you're gonna
Yeah.
have problems. You're gonna have stuff that pops up and stops you. And yeah.
That's all part of the journey. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Yeah.
And that's all part of your personal development. And
Yeah.
you got to think of it like, man, yes, there's people that watch my shit. Yes, there's people that's intentionally not liking it. But how do you feel about the shit that you're like? This is what I ask myself every time that I put something out. How do I feel about what I just put out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Why did I put this out?
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily about like, oh, I hope that they like it, because somebody can like it for their own personal reasons. Oh, I just don't like her as a person. You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah,
right.
and
yeah.
I'm just not gonna like your song, or I'm not gonna like whatever the fuck that you put out. But me personally, I want it to be built on what I think and what I feel, so that regardless if I get a like, regardless if I get a shirt, regardless if I have somebody tell me like, hey, I like what you're doing. I know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. I love the feedback. I love that. Because that's where, you know, that's what also drives me to keep going is the feedback that I'm getting. But it's also in a personal knowing and saying, yes, I know, even regardless, whether I got that like, that comment, that share, that love, you know, I know that I put out or I tried my best. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I did what I felt like could be better. Maybe I can, you know, work on something better next time. Maybe like, damn, you know, I should have said this. You know what I'm saying? Next time I'm gonna say this.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I said, man, it's all part.
Yeah, it's all about
it's
your
all part
your
of it.
progression, and I've been definitely seeing your progression in the last couple years for real. Like,
oh yeah,
everything you're doing is a lot different now, and I see your drive and your motivation. That's why we wanted you on here too, because like I could, you know what I mean, you could just see it in your attitude and everything. Like, you really serious about this shit, and you really trying to do something. So like, that's why I love working with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need more people like us to be in this shit and kind of set a standard too, bro. Because like there are so many people out here that are like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the studio, I'm gonna record, drop a song, and then like do the same old shit. But it's like, are you willing to go out and do some wild shit and get some wild content and like, you know what I mean, actually start like
that's the thing,
doing that creative shit that you should be doing to market your music or market yourself.
You know what I mean?
You know, are you gonna be nervous in front of a camera? You're not nervous in front of this camera, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna hold you. I get nervous, man. I do. I get nervous in front of cameras, man. But that's also something that, you know, that I've been working on. That's you know, being an artist, you know, that's all part of it. Being in front of the camera, being in front of people, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I have told people like, man, I was never no talkative kid. You know, I was never no, you know, being in front of everybody's face. I'm like, a lot of people barely know a lot of shit about me, you know, but, you know, this is shit that you work through. This is shit that you get through.
Yeah.
And, you know,
you got to put yourself out there.
You got to put yourself out there.
You need people like, you need more shit like this so people can tap into you because, you know, you can drop music and shit. Like Kanye is a perfect example. Like everybody, we know everything about Kanye as a person, who he is. Like, he had to put himself out there. He probably did want to stay in that studio and not talk to no one and be around, but he had to be out there, like putting his face out there and talking to people about what he's doing and what he's got going on, you know. And we got to do that, you know.
And that's what you got to fight through, man.
And
that's what you got to fight through.
You know.
Shit, even before the shows, bro, I be nervous sometimes. So but it's a quick, like, I tell myself like, yo, I done this shit a million times, man. Yeah. And this is gonna be the millionth and one time that I'm gonna do it again. You know what I'm saying,
bro? Like, you definitely be comfortable around us too, which is cool. But
you know,
but I get it. I
always
like,
say, man,
it can
like,
be nerve wracking. You know,
talk is cheap. You know what I mean? And if you're gonna really try to do something, you gotta be out there. And another thing you gotta realize is like, man, everybody, if you're not nervous, you don't give a fuck.
Right. Right.
I hate to say it like that. Some people are like, oh, you know, you don't give a fuck enough. You know what I mean? Because, like, if you get nervous because you want it all to go right. You're thinking about, what about this? What about that? Like, you know, I want this to go perfectly. I want, you know what I mean? I don't want nothing bad to happen. I want, you know what I mean? You're thinking about all that stuff, and that's what causes the nerves. And like, me personally, like, just in my life, I've realized, like, everybody gets nervous. So, like, let's
normalize.
It's not about. It's not about if you.
Let's normalize emotions.
It's not about if you get nervous. It's about what you do while you're nervous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If you could sit there and you can calm yourself down and be like, "Yo, we're gonna make this shit happen."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta have a little personal conversation. Like, listen, yeah, I'm nervous. You know, shit's. Your heart feels like it's shaking. You got butterflies. Your hands get sweaty and all that. But you know what? You're going to go out there and you're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was just telling Motis, I'm like, damn, bro, I'm mad as hell. This last show that Audie had put together. Shout out to Audie. I'm like, damn, man. I got off the stage. I'm like, damn, I wanted to do so much. Like, I practiced so much. But by the time I got up there, I'm like, damn. Like, I didn't do barely half the shit that I wanted to do. But it was just like, again, that was a personal conversation with myself. Like, all right, so next time, I'm gonna try to, stick to the script a little bit more. At the end of the day, I felt like I thought that I did good. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, for sure.
again, it's just personal conversation with yourself, and I say be your own best friend first. You know what I'm saying? I'm my own best friend. I'm always telling you like, you got this, case. You good. Like, keep your head up, man.
Hell
like,
yeah.
Don't trip. So.
And surrounding yourself with people that are going to do the same thing for you too.
And
You know what I'm saying?
here's another big thing too is like a lot of people are known that a lot of people get nervous and like, oh, I hope people are gonna like me and all this other stuff. It's not until you realize you start talking to a lot of people don't even really like themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they'll hate themselves and still talk shit about you. So I don't even. Like,
you
personally,
could be doing
when
good,
I was,
man, and they're gonna talk about you. You could be doing bad. And
when I
they're gonna
was
talk about you.
when I was younger, I used to get in my head a lot about that, and it wasn't until realizing, like, man, half these people don't even like themselves.
Yeah.
So what am I? You know what I mean? Why am I worried about that? I can't change that. I'm just gonna go out here and be me.
Yeah. And a
that's
lot of
it.
people are going to respect that too, though. The right people like her are going to respect that.
Yeah.
Because she a solid person and she thinks positively of people.
Yeah.
She don't automatically sit there and judge and shit like that. Now, people like that are people who you care about their opinions.
Yeah.
Like you care if she tells you, yo, you kind of sound dumb right now, you're gonna take her into consideration. You're gonna take her into consideration.
Right,
But if some asshole that damn well he's just hating, you just gonna brush that shit off. You're like, I don't give a fuck what he think. But if Kay says, you're like, damn, I probably sounded dumb.
Yeah.
Like she actually just told me that shit. Like you're not gonna take it for granted.
Yeah.
Bro.
I think as long as you're trying to like push yourself in the right direction, and you're not like, you know what I mean?
You get what I'm saying though, right?
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
It's a perfect, yeah.
No, as long as you're putting yourself out there and you're going in the right direction and you're willing to like take constructive criticism from people, like if I'm saying some dumb shit, I don't care. Tell me.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, let me try to do better next time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And at the end of the day, you should be able to tell your people that, you know what I mean? And show them not to feel no type of way. If I'm telling you this because I want you to do better. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you this. I'm not gonna say, yo, you sound dumb as fuck. But I'm gonna be like, yo, how about you just tweak this a little bit? Because I like how this sound, but this or whatever you know what I mean?
Yeah,
for sure.
So yeah, I mean, and you should want to hear that, because I want to hear that. Like I done asked you multiple times, like, yo, bro, we recording this shit. I'm like, yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I sound stupid as hell. Like, yo, what do you think I should do? Like, should I do it? Like, what the fuck, bro?
Yo, she recorded a fire ass track in my house like a couple months ago, and every time I talk to her, I'm like, you need to fucking drop that song, and she's like, nah, hell nah. I'm like sitting here still listening to it months later. I'm like, I'm about to fucking drop this shit behind her back, because like you be beating yourself up as an artist, but we all do it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, because I ain't got no constructive criticism on that song.
And here's another thing that kind of goes
but
back
I got
to
a
that.
list of
Yeah, I
it.
know, right?
Here's another thing that a lot of people, I think, forget about is like, if you're trying your best and you're doing your thing, people are gonna hate. No matter what, you're gonna have somebody that says, "Oh, this sucks." Boo. Like, no matter what, you're gonna find your people. You're gonna find your followers. You're gonna find your crowd of people that fuck with you and they respect what you're doing. They respect the hustle. They understand where you're coming from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just, I always tell people, man, it's the most cliche fucking thing, but be yourself. Like,
Nah, dead ass, bro.
I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
Nobody here is perfect.
Nah.
None of us are
Hell
perfect. So
no.
just be yourself, you know?
But it feels good to be yourself too,
Yeah.
bro. Because
Yeah.
like we've all been in situations where you gotta be fake to someone or fake in a situation. You feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
you
I
feel
don't
like
like doing
you don't
that.
even feel like you feel like you're in clothes that are too tight. You're
Usually if that happens, I'm just gonna be quiet and not say nothing.
like, yeah, exactly.
Otherwise,
You know?
he knows. Otherwise, like if I have to do that, like I'm gonna say some out of pocket
Because
shit.
it's kind of like it's
for
kind
real.
of like a performance thing. It's kind of like a show that you're putting on, you know, and you shouldn't have to perform for people to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
You shouldn't-
Exactly.
Yep, for a
You know,
fact. You gotta
say
have
they
that. You
fuck
gotta
with
have
you.
that fuzzy feeling when you're around people, man.
Yeah.
I really believe in that shit.
Well,
It's either
that's
they
why
fuck with
you
or
know,
they don't.
that's kind of why, like, I feel like all of us kind of resonate too, because it's like, at the end of the day, in order for other people, at the end of the day, you gotta like yourself, right? And in order to like yourself, you gotta fucking progress yourself. You know that you're fucking making shit happen and you're miles away from where you started.
Yeah.
And then at that point, like once you get to that point, other people are gonna see it.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
For sure.
And they'll resonate with it because they'll know, like, damn, okay, look at this dude. He fucking progressed himself to a certain point, and
But there's also people that try to bring you back to that version you was before.
Yeah.
You know, like
But
they're
that's-
used to you acting like this. They're used to you being like this.
but that's what I'm
And-
saying. Some people, that's why I said that. Some people don't even like themselves, bro. So like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck.
They still the same motherfucker that they were 10 years ago.
You can,
And they see you all over social media like, damn, this motherfucker ain't ever been over. And now he's on my feed every day. People will literally delete you because you're
Yeah,
making
'cause you're
moves.
doing
Can I tell you
shit.
something?
And it's
Even-
nice though, because they just cut themselves out. I don't
Yeah,
even have to
thank
do
you.
it.
I
Like,
literally,
goodbye.
I literally have, like, even doing this stuff and like making the content and all that stuff. I literally have family that watch my stuff but will never say anything good about it.
Yeah.
But I know, man, all these people, I know they hate themselves. You know what I mean? So they're not trying to uplift anybody else
Nah.
because they can't even do that to themselves.
Because they know that like there's potential that you could be successful.
So
and
that's
that
why
they
I'm
might
not.
not have been successful in something that they love.
So that's
And
why I'm
people
not
don't want to
mad.
see that.
Yeah,
You know? They don't want to see you progress in something you love when they could never do it with what they loved.
exactly. It's all
And it's sad, dude, because you the type of person where you would help somebody try to live what they want to do and do what they love. You know, you'd be down to help someone.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
if they don't want to do it, who the hell is going to do it for them? Nobody. We actually doing it, you know? You're actually doing it.
Listen, I'm not
Like,
trying
Case,
to.
you're doing this shit. Nobody's doing it for you. If you
I'm
don't
not-
do it, who's going to do it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to suck my own dick or nothing, but it takes a lot
I
of
hate when you say that, bro. I hate when you say that, bro. Because your tall ass probably could, too.
No, I got all my ribs, dog. I can't do that shit.
Now, you got a rib rolling. I know you got a rib rolling around in there
But
somewhere.
you know
I
something.
do it, yeah.
But I also think like there's people that want to do.
Yeah.
There's people like I know some people that's like actually like they got ideas, they got things that they want to do, that they want to go forward
But they don't have
with.
the confidence to go
They
and
don't
do
have
it.
and that's where that personal development, like
Yep.
whatever you have, whatever you're trying to do, and that's the thing. Have dreams, because if you don't have a dream, you're not gonna grow.
Listen, confidence comes
That's a
from
fact.
confidence comes from personal development. You gotta try yourself and develop yourself, and you gotta know deep down, man. I'm trying to make shit
God
happen
gave
here.
us dreams, man.
I'm
we
pushing
supposed to have
progression. I'm
dreams,
far
man.
from where I used to be. So
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I respect myself. If you don't respect me, it is what it is.
Bro.
Look back 3 years ago.
It's
If you could
crazy.
say, "Damn,
Right.
I'm better than I was 3 years ago," then you
Oh,
on
yeah.
your way. You're doing what you're supposed to.
Exactly.
You're doing what you're
Man.
supposed to.
So-
man.
It's crazy, bro. The development, even with the three of us alone, bro, for real.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's crazy, bro.
Shit is real.
I mean, I've seen her development. I've seen you develop as my best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've definitely developed. I've went through some shit and still got through it and was
Bro,
still able
yeah.
to, like, to
this
go through
motherfucker
some
making
shit.
meteoric leaps over
You
here.
know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, dead ass, like damn near hitting the rock bottom and then going back up and then, a little bit dip back up. Like, it's crazy, bro.
Yep.
But to be able to still progress after you hit them lows and shit, bro, like, that's real shit. And that's that development you're talking about, you know?
That's real.
So we all hit them lows, but it's about coming back up
And then-
and twice as strong, too.
And that's
That's
what I'm
real.
saying. People say, "Oh, it takes confidence to do that." Bro, you get confidence from
Confidence.
knowing confidence comes from competency. If you're out there and you tried and you know you fucked up, you can be real with yourself and try it again and get better. And then once you know you're competent, like, man, I don't care what people have to say because I already know I'm doing this shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
for real.
And you're also building,
100%.
you're building character.
Exactly.
You're
Oh,
building
hell
character.
yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I love it, man. You
Man,
know?
I could talk about this stuff all day.
All
Oh,
day,
for
all
sure.
day.
Especially because honestly, every time we do meet up with Case, we always end up having these conversations. Like,
Right.
like it's real shit, and I feel like we building character just being around you. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, for
that
sure.
makes a big. It impacts all of us. I feel like
honestly,
you know?
like I
So-
respect your opinion on this shit. Like,
I appreciate y'all, man.
'Cause,
It's
like-
but see, that's where we can connect because we all have the same we like-minded people. You attract, you know what I'm saying, who you are. So I'm always attracting people that's down to talk about shit like this, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
And you know, some people don't want to talk about it. That's because I don't be around y'all. You know, y'all don't. You know what I'm saying? So again, you attract who you are, man, and it's big on that, man.
That's a fact.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we you know, I think that was a great conversations and stuff like that. You know, I think we should just get into like, basically, I just want to know, you know, what kind of upcoming projects do you have coming up? You know, if you want to talk about releases that you got coming up soon, you know, to try to tell the people that you got some shit coming out, or music that you're still promoting right now. You know, obviously we got your merchandise on the table right here and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Case closed. If y'all want some merch, man, definitely contact me. I remember I had that in the Came a Long Way video, and this is something else, man. I personally, I didn't like the shirts. Like, I like it, but I feel like I could have done better designing it because I know how much effort I had put into designing it. And I'm like, it's good just to put out. And I'm like, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool, but I could have done better, you know? But when you shot the video, he was, there was like, man, everybody's commenting on him. Like, I like the merch. Like, let me get the shirt. I'm like, bro, I spent like a good 20 minutes on designing this shit, but I'm like, it's a lot of shit I could have done better. But they were like, nah, I fuck with it.
Nah, it's fire.
All right, cool with shit.
It is.
Go ahead.
I was
it's
watching.
super fire, bro. Like I love when you rock the hair like that too. It's like big and you know, it reminded me of like Ab Soul when he rocked the hair like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I really like that shit a lot, for real.
You know, that kind of reminds me. I was watching this. It was like a documentary about Boss Man D-Lo yesterday, and he was talking about like his first song that like blew him up. I can't remember the name of it. I think it might have been Pot Scraper. Might have been. I don't remember. Or
I think I heard
Set
of
It
that
Off or something like. I don't remember what it was. But they were asking him, and he was like, "Man, I didn't even like that song." But that's the thing is like when you're doing your shit, and I feel like all artists are like perfectionists to a certain extent. You might not like all your stuff, but you're doing your thing. You got your own style. You're throwing your spin on it. You know what I mean? People respect that no matter what you put out. You know what I mean? Just because the vibe's right, the fucking, you know what I mean? You're doing your thing. People respect that because they know how hard it is to do all that. You know what I mean? A lot of people they sit there and they look at their life and like, damn, this motherfucker doing shit. I hope that I'm inspiring people to get up and say, hey man, she doing it. That's why I do a lot of the shit that I do, man. Because a lot of people know my story per se, the ones that are close. Like I said, y'all know, you know what I'm saying, some shit. My close friends, in which I call them family, you know, they know my shit, but most people don't know me per se, and like my family, my history and all that shit. But it's like they can be like, yo, Case, I remember Case like when she was yay high, or I remember her like 5 years ago, man. We ain't even gonna chat about it, but you know, but they can be like, yo, like she did that, she doing this now, man, forget that. I'm about to get up and I'm about to do my shit too. Like that's why I do the shit that I do. That's why I make the music that I make. So that people can be inspired, man, and they can be motivated by the shit that I'm doing. It's a lot of really like inspirational lyrics, like, you know, I know, like I haven't listened to all your stuff, but I listened to like a lot of the stuff you put out, and I noticed that's like the trend, like talking about like some real shit, talking about like your perspective and like
connecting with
just
shit,
like the way you look at people, the way you look at things, and like trying to progress yourself and like. Yeah.
And that motivational shit too. If you listen to your music, it's very motivating.
So a lot of motivational stuff in there.
It's for sure. Like you said, like you want people to listen to your music and become motivated from what you're saying too. And I could tell that just by your bars and shit too, you know?
And
I mean, I've worked on your music, so I've listened to it over and over and over. There's some songs I know all your bars to, not just like, oh, I know this bar. No, I know what she's talking about through the whole song. I know exactly what you're talking about. Being an engineer for you, you know what I'm saying, once in a while, I know what the hell you're talking about, and it's real shit.
This real. That's why I say, shit. Like, you personally know, like, like, she done been through hell and back, but she going crazy.
She be spitting in the booth, too. She put her fucking heart and soul in the mic, I'll tell you.
For sure.
For real.
and just to hedge off even just being a motivation, like being somebody that's trying to motivate people to get up and do shit, that's trying to make, you know, a way for people, and you know, whatever challenges you may be facing, you know, to get up and do it. I'm a hedge off that. You know, I know you had asked the question like what I got planned or what I got working on. I kind of just want to keep that low right now as far as like music that I'm working on. Just know that I'm trying to definitely work on mixing and mastering. So shout out to you, my boy. You know, he set up a program for me on my laptop, and just, you know, just get comfortable with actually mixing my own stuff and being able to do that. So that's what I'm working on right now. Yes, I do have shit that's coming up dropping. I don't even want to talk about it because usually when I talk about some ish, it don't wind up happening. I get so excited. All the emotion goes into like, oh, like this is about to happen, and then now it's not happening because I just used all my emotion for that.
Right.
But
can you talk about anything that you got out already that people may not know about, or like?
Yeah, you know, I just dropped a track called actually, let's go. I just dropped the track last night called "You Got It." It's Valentine's Day themed. I'm sure, but by the time this episode drop, it'll probably be, you know, past Valentine's Day. But I just dropped that. Definitely, if y'all are on Instagram, make sure y'all go over to my club, right? You click on the little messages, right? And then you get to join and be a member. And I have a contest running right now for Valentine's Day, and you know, it's a little money prize, you know, and this is special things that I do for people in the club that you know, participate in the music that I drop and stuff like that, and contests and such. I just dropped a track called Celebration, both engineered and mixed by the one and only, you know what I'm saying, Motiques, you feel me? That track is actually almost at 2,000 streams.
Celebration?
Yes.
Nice,
in a month,
bro.
And
so fire.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And I told you, like, that was my goal, to get 1K streams.
And you doubled it.
And I doubled that bit.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And that You Got It track, man. We're gonna listen to it after this. Y'all you ain't gonna hear it unless you go and check it out, because that song is fire.
That shit is crazy, man.
Fire.
But what I can say is I will be having a video for Celebration. Not exactly sure when the drop is, but it'll be coming.
All right, yeah. So people keep an eye out for that, you know.
For sure.
Yeah. And we're gonna put all her socials in the links below. You're gonna be able to find that Instagram, so you can join her group. We're gonna put her Facebook down there. We're gonna put her YouTube. We want to put a link to her most recent release, everything like that, so you can check all her stuff out. And then also, you know, she got the merch too, man. I gotta buy me a shirt too. I might even buy one today if you got it.
Nah, I owe you one. I owe you a hoodie. I owe you that. Hell yeah.
So I think it's a good time to kind of jump around. Like, if you're from Buffalo and you're an artist, you definitely heard of Stamps. How do you feel about Stamps closing down?
I think it's sad. Honestly, it's sad because that is part of Buffalo culture. You know, that's part of, you know, that's history.
Yeah, for sure.
For a lot of artists and for people in general. So for it to close, it's sad because it was a business, and there has been a couple of businesses that have been closing down. That's sad. You know, that's been around for a minute.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, Stamps was that bar, man. Stamps was that place, especially for artists. You know, that was damn near one of the first places that I performed at, you know.
It's a lot of people's first place they performed.
Yeah, that was my first place, bro. I'm nervous as hell.
That's the kind of thing.
It was that platform for artists, and they did that for us. And again, it's sad. I think Mohawk is closed too, right?
I think they're closing, yeah.
Yeah,
damn, really? I never performed there.
It's so many places,
sad.
man.
Yeah,
that's really sad.
That's kind of what I wanted to get around to, was because it's like Stamps is one of those places where it's like everybody's first spot where they ever perform, because their whole business was putting on new artists. You know what I mean? It was a little hole in the wall. It wasn't a great place to perform, but if you want to go and hear super underground artists, that was the place.
Yeah, that was
the place.
That's where I met so many people, bro.
Literally.
Yeah.
So many people. Oh my god.
That shit's crazy.
But
So obviously it's a Buffalo Experience podcast, so we gotta ask you some Buffalo questions.
Let's go.
Are you a Buffalo native? You like born and
Absolutely.
raised here?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
What hospital are you born in?
Ah, shit. I think Sisters.
hey,
Yeah, I think
that's what's up.
sisters,
That's where I was
yeah.
born, bro.
Sisters, yeah.
Hell
for sure.
yeah.
Word. All right.
Nice.
So you're a Buffalo and you live in Buffalo your whole life?
Yeah, so, obviously, there's different parts of Buffalo. You got this part, you got this part.
Yeah.
I was born in Buffalo, right? Born in Buffalo, east side of Buffalo.
Hey.
Yeah, for sure. At the age of two and a half, some life happened. I moved from east side of Buffalo to Cheektowaga area. From there, I middle of fourth grade, I moved from Cheektowaga to Amherst, and I graduated from Amherst Central High School.
Oh, no
So yeah, I mean, still all Buffalo, you
Yeah.
know, but different parts
it's like
of
greater
Buffalo.
Buffalo area. Yeah.
So you've been in Buffalo since after high school, pretty much?
So then after high school, I went to college out in Niagara, NCCC.
Oh,
and
word.
then I was
word.
there for a year, and then I came back to Buffalo. And yeah, like West Side, East Side. I lived on
Yeah.
different parts of Buffalo. West
Yeah,
Side, East
yeah.
Side, you know what I mean? So all
It ain't
through
that big of
all
a.
through
It
these
really ain't that
parts.
big, bro. Like we can.
No.
I be confusing the East Side and West Side sometimes because it's not that big of a city. Like
Yeah.
you really could drive You could drive a circle around all of it in like 30 minutes.
You could
one
literally-
street,
you know?
you're like on the east side,
Yeah.
one street on the west side,
That's what
or
I'm
when you're on the
saying.
south
I be
Buffalo.
getting
Like,
confused as hell because I ain't really from Buffalo like that. I know Buffalo very well.
yeah.
So when I'm driving around and he's like, "Oh, this is the West Side," I'm like, "Motherfucker, that was the East Side 2 seconds ago. What are we talking about
You
here,
can
bro?
know- you
What,
know
got a
by the
compass,
one-way.
motherfucker? You headed this
Yeah.
way, Christopher? Damn."
You know by the one ways though. Like
Yeah,
well,
for
west
real.
side
The
is
west
one
side,
ways.
yo.
Like you gotta go all the way back around the block. To
Yo,
come.
I don't know
Like,
what
That
it is
shit
about
drives
the
me
West
crazy,
Side.
bro.
I don't know
Trying to
what
go to
it
Allen,
is.
you can't even fucking park nowhere.
Like damn.
Whoever
Oh my
was
God.
By
designing
the
the
time you
West
find a parking
Side.
spot, you in South Buffalo.
Right.
Damn. What the hell?
I don't know
Even
what it is about the West Side and the one ways, but that shit is so true.
Shit is crazy.
Right.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I love the
man.
west side though. The west side is nice.
I
Oh,
do too.
It is. It is. It's so
I actually
nice, bro.
I was, I lived on the East Side, but like I spent like every other weekend on the West Side because like my dad still lives on the West Side and shit.
Yeah.
So
Shout out
It's
to Niagara
It's
Cafe.
so nice over there, bro.
yeah, Niagara Cafe, man, there's so many good
I
spots
love
over
Niagara
there.
Cafe
Yeah.
personally.
There is so much, dude, and it's so beautiful over there. So like
Yeah.
North Street is so nice. You know what I'm saying? Like North and like, Allen and like what Elma Village is considered West Side, right?
Yeah,
Like
Mhm.
it's just so nice over there. It really
Yeah.
is, and it's like developing too. So
oh yeah,
it's definitely
yeah.
a big part of like the city that's being brought up and they're developing and they're just making it nice. You know what I mean? But
That's-
they're keeping the culture though. So you be seeing like new buildings, but then they'll put a dope ass painting of whatever.
That's
Right.
the one thing
Like-
I noticed about Buffalo lately is like all over they're like redeveloping shit. So like I don't live on the East Side no more. I grew up on the East Side and I haven't lived there in like I don't know, at least like 6 years. And every time I go over there now, I'm like, damn, they got brand new houses over here. They got like, I remember like certain neighborhoods you roll around and it's just like empty lots, burned down house, boarded up house. And then like rolling back over there now, it's like they got whole developments over here. They got like new houses.
They're doing the roads.
We need that, man.
They're doing the
We need
roads like
that.
So
I know they
Buffalo-
kept a lot of those brick roads, but like obviously we love the brick roads,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But when there's holes that are this big and they 2 feet deep
Yeah.
and they just fill it with asphalt, unfortunately you gotta do something with this road because
Yeah.
there'd be like one little stretch of brick road and there'd be 25 potholes in the same area, and then the asphalt that they fill in now that shit's sinking, and
Yep.
it's like, but they're paving a lot of that stuff and they're really cleaning it up. I noticed that it's a lot easier to drive on the east side now.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as it. You pop a tire driving down one of them roads.
Yep.
So it's that they're doing some shit.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
Is there anything else that you want to go over, like with your music or anything like that, Case? Or, anything else that you want to touch base on?
Nah, man, just expect big things and not just music, not just music. Shout out to life.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Because you never know which you got a plan, or the shit that you want to do, but like, shit pops up, man. But as long as it's aligning with like my personal development and what I'm trying to do, it's like I'm gonna take it, you know what I mean, and I'm gonna roll with the punches. So shout out to life,
Yeah,
got a good shit going on.
Yeah, man.
So I got one more Buffalo question for you. Out of all of Buffalo, and it could be like surrounding areas, all that, whatever. What's your like favorite part of Buffalo, or like favorite place, or like what's your favorite thing about Buffalo?
Let's see. I love the art.
Like all the murals and stuff on the walls and shit. Yeah.
And I like the history of the shit. Like I've noticed past months I've been noticing like people have been sharing like Buffalo, downtown Buffalo, what it used to be back in the 50s and shit like that. And
it was crazy different.
Like, this shit is crazy how much has changed, and some of the shit is still here. And it's like I'm downtown and I look at the buildings and I see how old they are, and it's like the shit is still standing. Like this shit is so fire. It's like it's like somebody 60 years ago was standing right where I'm standing right now. Like I be thinking about shit like that. Like this shit is so fucking raw, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? It wasn't like this. A
lot of the places down there are like 200 years old too. Yeah. It's like you don't even realize like that motherfucker been around 2 centuries.
Like this shit's fucking crazy,
dude. Yeah. So it's sad to see a lot of the buildings that have like burned down in the last like year. How old some of those buildings are, bro, and it's just like they're gone forever now.
Well, so like here's a little bit of Buffalo history. Like Buffalo was like super involved in like the War of 1812. So like the British Empire came and pretty much burned down most of Buffalo because we were a major hub, and they're like, yeah, fuck you guys, we're gonna burn your city down. So like pretty much most of the super old buildings are like 20 or 1812 or newer, but there's like 5 or 6 structures in the city that are older than that, and they're all from like the early 1700s. They're old as fuck.
Yeah, it's a lot of buildings like that.
It's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
I love it, man. Yeah, it's definitely a great city to be a part of, man. And that's what this podcast is all about, man.
Yeah, for sure.
We really got to get into the history a little more of the city, I think, too, Like, I almost want to start doing some more research to... Yeah, there's a lot of shit we don't know about, too,
We're gonna slowly release some information to you guys, Obviously, we know a bit, and there's some stuff we could still learn about Buffalo, because there's so much going on here, you know what I mean? Like... It's not a small city. Like there's.
And let me say, like the shit that y'all doing is fire, man. This shit is really dope. Like what y'all doing, man, and showing like the positivity in Buffalo. I think this shit is so crazy because it's a lot of negativity, rolling around about Buffalo, and there's people outsiders that don't even live in Buffalo. You know what I mean? And they're seeing what we're saying about our own city. Like why we talk bad about our own city. This shit is crazy.
Yeah.
And we're kind of negating the positive, that there is in the city, and the great things that there is to do, to eat, people to be around, and I think that's fire. This is fire what y'all doing for Buffalo, and
there's a lot.
Keep going, man. This shit like y'all could really build with this shit. Like y'all could really build with this shit, man. And
yeah, it's the goal.
I know y'all about to. I was just on my live last night, man. I'm like, yo, like. The boys, what they doing, man, for Buffalo Experience shit is crazy. Like I said, by the end of the year, man, this is gonna be the top podcast, and I'm true to that.
Awesome.
This is gonna be the top podcast, man.
Listen, I just want to put this out there, right? This is like a goal for sure. People out there listening and watching. We're trying to get Josh Allen on a podcast at some point.
Yeah, that would be fire, bro. Oh my god!
Trying to get Josh.
I wouldn't even know what to say to.
Come on, Josh. Josh.
Yeah, right.
Bless us with an episode. We'd love to ask you about a bunch of stuff. And glad people are seeing it. We're trying to, put the positive and bring out the positive aspects of Buffalo and put people on from Buffalo. And you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to spread positivity,
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck all that being negative shit. We're trying to make some shit happen, trying to elevate everybody.
That's a fact.
So,
yeah, man.
Tune in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, this is the Buffalo Experience podcast, man. I'm Mo Teeks.
I'm rolling with Big Dave.
This case closed. Ain't no other.
Realer you are, you get more enemies. It's cool, I'll stand in the fire and take the heat. It ain't nothing to me. I'd rather be hated than loved because I kept the G. That's what it is nowadays. Head in the books cause I'm trying to elevate. Long as it took to figure out they in the way. Supposed to be forever, but forever didn't stay. Ain't aligned with the plans that I made. I figure that shit out. Toast to me. This is what you asked for. This is what you toast to me. Unfortunately, but now look at you. I wish you well with yourself. Yeah.